Excellent. All right, it is 5:30, so we will go ahead and call to order this meeting of the Colton Joint Unified School District Board of Education on what is April 17th. Believe it or not, we are on the downslide to April into May. So just a quick note, I am wearing a mask, but a little bit, thankfully I'm on the upswing. This is just out of precaution. So if I keep my distance, it's not because it's anything personal. Just want to make sure I'm staying safe. Don't want to share any of my cooties with anybody else, but I am on the upswing. Absolutely. We're going to go ahead and start this meeting as we do every meeting with a roll call attendance. So I'm going to ask Ms. Medina if you'll please take attendance of board members.
Mr. Fuentes? Mrs. Flores?
Present.
Mr. Ibarra?
Present.
Mrs. Haro?
Present.
Ms. Doreen Ojeda?
Present.
Mr. Flores?
Present. And then we also will start with the Pledge of Allegiance. I didn't have a chance to ask anybody in advance, so I'm just going to call somebody at random. I apologize, I don't like doing this. I do see our CSEA president has joined us today, so I'm going to go ahead and ask him, Mr. Guadiama, if you'll please lead us in the Pledge of Allegiance today.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
That's right. Right, a veteran, and thank you for your service, sir. One of the many veterans that we have in our school district. Very proud of that. We do have Spanish language translation services available. She was just about to sit down. I'm going to ask Ms. Bueno to please come up and provide our announcement for Spanish language translation services. Can you hear me? Am I articulating? Yeah, okay.
Thank you very much, President Flores. Good evening, all. Muy buenas noches a todos. Yo soy Cintia Bueno, soy recepcionista y traductora del distrito. Esta noche estaremos ofreciendo servicios de intérprete. Si alguien desea escuchar la reunión completamente en español simultáneamente, puede encontrarme en la mesa trasera, a la entrada de la puerta, donde pueden adquirir el dispositivo para hacerlo. Muchísimas gracias.
Thank you, Mrs. Bueno. Item 1.3 is our adoption of the agenda. We do have some recommended changes to today's agenda. Those changes are as follows. There is a request to withdraw action item 4.43, which is approval of MOU between Colton Unified School District and the Association of Colton Educators, NCSEA, Chapter 244. And this is regarding the Multilingual English Learner Summer Institute. Also a request to withdraw action items 4.44. It's a related item, this time regarding high-dosage tutoring. And then an amendment to closed session items 8.4. This is our personnel public employee item. A request to add one certificated coach, head varsity volleyball girls, one classified coach, spring football assistant boys, 4 volunteer coaches, 3 football and 1 softball, and 16 volunteers. Dr. Miranda, are there any other recommended additions or amendments to the agenda?
Those are all for this evening.
Okay, great. Do we have a motion to approve the amendments to the agenda?
Second.
We have a motion from Board Member Haro and a second by Board Member Fuentes. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Any abstentions? Hearing none, it is approved unanimously. Okay. We're excited to welcome our school showcase today. I see Principal Abbott is here representing Colton High. And I'm going to ask Principal Abbott, would you be coming forward to introduce our student leaders today? All right, so let's go ahead and give a warm welcome to Principal Abbott. I see Mr. Dollins, and of course, our student leaders, our Yellow Jackets.
Thank you, Board President Flores. Good evening, board members, Dr. Miranda, Superintendent, and Executive Cabinet members, and good evening to our community and families that are here with us this evening. I am proud to present to you all our amazing student speakers in Yellow Jackets, Mia, and Aubrey, to present Colton High School School Showcase. Aubrey, and Mia.
Good evening, Board President Dan Flores, members of the Board, Superintendent Dr. Miranda, Executive Cabinet, and community members. My name is Aubrey Rodriguez, and I am the ASB President at Colton High School.
My name is Aubrey Gonzalez, and I am ASB Vice President at Colton High School.
And my name is Mia Perez, and I'm sophomore class president at Colton High School.
We would like to thank you all for your time and now present the CHS School Showcase. First up are academics. Oh wait, let me move that. Academics Renaissance All School Awards Winter Ceremony was on December 6th, Charlie Brown Christmas themed. Divided by grade level, this ceremony highlighted student achievement in the fields of Student of the Month, where there is 113 recipients, PBIS 101 recipients, honored 4 teachers for semester 1, Stacy Baker, Janet Godinez, Calvin Cardenas, and Martin Delgado. The NHRA field trip was on November 15th, where automotive students went to Pomona Speedway and saw drag races. Our eco-friendly cleanups once a month, where our eco-friendly club cleans our campus once a month for 3 hours straight. Our Skills USA California State Leadership and Skills Conference was on April 11th through the 13th. Gael Pesos won a gold medal in the Skills USA. Oh, he won a silver medal in the Skills USA California Region 6 competition. The CHS fabrication team competed in the 58th Annual Skills USA California State Leadership and Skills Competition in Rancho Cucamonga, and Colton High School won a silver medal in the welding sculpture. Read Across America at Grant Elementary School was on March 4th, where multiple leaders on campus as well as other community members went to Grant Elementary School to read to all grade levels. Our drama club hosted a haunted maze on October 31st. Drama club decorated our auditorium full of Halloween decor and characters dressed to scare. And CHS newcomer class celebrates Dia de los Muertos with Wellness Center for November 1st, creating ofrendas to represent the Hispanic culture celebration, Day of the Dead. Our Hispanic Heritage Month celebration was on October 15th, hosting a game of loteria and providing multiple Hispanic culture desserts for our campus. And Unity Week was from October 14th through October 18th. Our homecoming rally was on October 10th. The theme was Homecoming 2024, directed by Tim Burton. Our homecoming parade was on October 10th. Over 15 floats participated, and our prom court rode on Corvettes down Rancho. Our homecoming halftime show was on October 10th, which revealed our homecoming king and queen, Anthony Castellanos, and yours truly, Aubrey Rodriguez. Our homecoming dance was on October 12th, hosted in our NPR. And now for our academics. Our Winter Awards ceremony. This ceremony was on February 20th and highlighted student achievement in the fields of top 10 students in each grade level, top 20 juniors who were honored as the class of 2025 honor guard. 490 students were awarded Principal's Honor Roll for the first semester of the 2024-2025 school year. And 205 students were awarded Honor Roll for the first semester of the 2024-2025 school year. Our MAP testing November and February sessions were 1,141 students showed growth from fall to winter. Math, 21.1% projected CAS proficient, and for our English, 54% projected CAS proficient. NHS Works with Santa Claus Incorporation Toy Drive was on December 14th, and the NJRTC annual inspection was on March 6th. PSAT and SAT Day was on October 9th with attendance incentives. On November 8th, 854 students who had 95% or above attendance received popsicles for quarter 1 attendance. On February 18th, Colton High School celebrated 95% or above attendance for semester 1 with food, prizes, and fun. 729 students were recognized. On April 15th, 489 students were recognized for having 95% or above attendance for quarter 3 with prizes and root beer floats. NJRTC visited the USMC Mechanized Museum at the Navy's Assault Craft Unit 5. And NJRTC also went to the Brain and Brawl competition on November 16th at Bloomington High School. And NJRTC went to Cal State Fullerton for a field trip on November 22nd. The Great Shakeout Drill took place on October 17th. ASB juniors held a Slime a Junior fundraiser in October where students could pay to dump a bucket of slime on the participating juniors. Also on November 11th, cheer, band, and football participated in the Veterans Day Parade. I would now like to introduce Mia, our sophomore class president, to continue our presentation.
Choir and band performed at their fall concert hosted in the Ken Hubs Gym on October 23rd, and choir also performed at the Colton Women's Club on February 11th. ASB hosted the Winter Rally on February 7th, themed Fortnite, which is a fun video game very popular among students. The rally consisted of playing games, performances from cheer and dance, and winning CHS merchandise. On February 14th, during lunch, ASB gave away Valentine's Day sweets and treats and 5-star points in celebration of Valentine's Day. The annual prom fashion show was held on March 7th. Seniors modeled the expectations of proper attire to be worn at prom, sponsored by Windsor and Friar Tuck's and Rancho. Staff modeled the improper attire and demonstrated what should not be worn at prom. And for the finale, the winners of prom court were announced, and they received their crowns, sash, and a rose. Student forums, ELAC, and school site council meetings were all held throughout the year, and the district band festival was on March 4th. The Heal Blood Drive was on March 13th, where donors got the incentive of In-N-Out gift cards. The military ball was held on March 14th. It was a night of events for cadets in any ROTC program. They honored our fallen soldiers, celebrated with a formal dinner, and crowned the king, queen, and their court. Also on March 14th, the Wellness Fair was hosted at CHS with over 40 vendors in attendance, and students were connected with many different resources around Colton. The Avid College Fair was held on April 3rd, and students learned more about numerous colleges directly from Avid students. ASB hosted the Spring Rally on April 11th, the theme being Rio, where students had lots of fun and played lots of games, and Prom Court walked the blue carpet. Prom was hosted on April 12th, the theme being Meet Me at Midnight, and Prom Queen and King Jada Porter and Nam Huang was announced. National Pie Day was celebrated at CHS on January 23rd with a pie eating contest during lunch. The winner won a $20 Starbucks gift card. Speaking of pie, ASB freshmen held their Pie of Freshmen fundraiser from March 4th to 7th, where students could purchase pies and pie the selected freshmen in the face. Career and Technical Education Month took place in February, and all CRI-ROP pathways got to showcase all of the amazing opportunities they have for students. The BMX No Hate Tour visited CHS on February 28th and demonstrated their skills while promoting anti-bullying. Heal students who attended Pharmacy Technician Day at Valley College enjoyed a valuable and enriching experience as Mr. Fuentes inspired the students to accomplish all their dreams. They heard directly from a panel of professional pharmacists who gave them firsthand insights into various career paths within pharmacy. On February 21st and 22nd, Heal Pathway students got the opportunity to go on an overnight camping trip to Skyland Ranch, where they did activities such as hiking, archery, and a ropes course. Avid and art students went on a field trip to Cal Poly Pomona and learned more about what is offered there. Avid Colton Middle School students visited CHS and taught A through G requirements to the incoming freshmen. The College and Career Fair took place on November 5th during lunch, and over 30 career representatives were in attendance. Students learned opportunities that colleges offer and various careers while playing games, earning prizes, participating in activities, and much more. And now I would like to introduce Aubrey Gonzalez, our ASB Vice President, to finish off our presentation.
To continue, our CHS Renaissance team has been working hard hosting activities of all kinds, such as National Sports Day, National Special Education Day, National Security Day, National Hot Chocolate Day, and for these national events, Renaissance makes posters and sets up activities or gifts for those involved. In February, some of our talented Yellow Jackets competed in 2 different speech competitions, one being the Lions Club speech competition on February 13th, with Genesis Rodella taking first place, and the other being the Rotary Club speech competition on February 7th, with Diana Ruvalcaba taking third place, Allison Mejia Perez taking second, and yours truly, Aubrey Gonzalez, taking first place. It was a wonderful experience. Also, we celebrated Chinese New Year with a celebration on January 28th and 29th. Then we had National Counselors Week from February 3rd through the 7th. And now on to CHS Key Club. It was recently enacted by Allison Mejia Perez and On Win. The club has been working hard and had an event with Feeding America on February 8th. Link Crew continues to host freshman follow-ups every first and third Wednesday of the month. Also, Link Crew does Freshman Student of the Month every month and hosted an all-school synergy on October 30th and March 12th. To celebrate Black History Month in February, CHS held a door decorating contest for all third period classes on campus to participate in. Our winners were Mr. Anderson's class in third place, winning candy, Miss Lacey's class in second place, winning donuts, and Dr. Canaday's class in first place, winning a pizza party. Along with our many other accomplishments at CHS, we have had many great athletic successes this year, such as Koa Regalado, varsity football quarterback, winning Athlete of the Week, our football team winning the title of Skyline League champions, as well as making the CIF playoff appearance, and our marching band having a competition on October 12th. Then our competition cheer team competed at the 2025 CIF Southern Section Traditional Competitive Cheer Competition on January 24th and placed second out of 17 teams in their Division III co-ed, making school history as this is the first comp cheer team at CHS to do so. They also came in fourth place at nationals out of 16 teams. Now for our winter sports, boys varsity basketball team won co-league champions of the Skyline League with consecutive CIF playoff appearances. Our girls basketball team placed second in the San Andreas League, also with consecutive CIF playoff appearances. And boys and girls wrestling came in second place in league for boys and girls and sent the most individual wrestlers to CIF playoffs, with Norel Queller qualifying for the Masters tournament. For some more athletics with spring sports, softball currently has a 12-3 record and began their league games on April 9th and April 11th. They are on track for the most wins in over a decade. Also, baseball is first in league and won over Eisenhower at the 66ers Stadium on Saturday, April 5th, with a score of 3-2. Track and field boys and girls defeated Bloomington in their first league meet of the season, and the girls also defeated Eisenhower, making them 2-0 in league. And then our esports Super Smash Bros. Ultimate team were 8-1 in season games and made it to quarterfinals for CIF playoffs later on this month. We continue to have our PBIS lessons on extended days during second period, where teachers hand out 5-star points to those students who are being responsible, respectful, and acting with integrity. Speaking of 5-star points, Renaissance has a reward store where students can redeem prizes with their points. Renaissance hosts reward redemption days every other month. Renaissance has also been giving out Starbucks gift cards to students for correct answers to monthly Q&A, and they have been distributing birthday cards with candy to all students and staff from November through April. Now for our attendance, we had a 92.89% attendance rate in December and a 91.41% attendance rate in January, along with a 91.15 rate in February. Also, Colton High School continues hosting Step Up Saturday school days for students to make up attendance at and study at as well. Our next Step Up session will be on Saturday, May 3rd. And currently, we are hosting our CASP Cella kickoff. In September, students were exposed to the dates of CASP through a student poster contest during advisory classes. Celebrations and incentives for CASP were also shared with students at the college and career kickoff. And students were introduced to CASP ambassadors at a January CASP kickoff assembly for juniors. Students who score proficient in 1 or more exams will be invited to a catered luncheon, and students who score proficient in 2 or 3 exams will be invited to a movie screening during 5th and 6th period. Also, honor cords will be given to students who show proficiency in CASP. And finally, regarding CASP, Spirit Week started this week with a junior assembly to go over final testing expectations and activities throughout the week. And students will earn prizes and points for participating in the CASP Cella events. And now, here are some of our upcoming events and activities which we look forward to hosting. Finally, we would like to thank you for your time. It is greatly appreciated, and now we open ourselves up to any questions or comments you may have.
Well, thank you for all that. That was a lot of information to cover in a short amount of time. It's incredible how many activities, and I have a feeling this really isn't everything that's going on campus. So incredible job, ladies. You did a great job. Let me open it up to my colleagues. Questions, comments for our student leaders? Sure, please. Board Member Fuentes.
Thank you, Board President Flores. Ladies, you guys did an awesome, awesome job. Congratulations. There's a lot of great things going on campus. Wow. Today, actually, I was there today doing mock interviews with the students. So I know you guys are doing great things at Colton. You guys are keeping the spirit up. Everybody was cheery and everything. They were giving me donuts and giving me muffins and all this stuff. So I was happy too with all that good stuff. No, but you know, it's all about you guys. It's about what you guys are doing, and you guys are doing a great job. And remember to keep doing what you're doing. And are you guys all seniors this year?
No, I'm
You're the only senior? Okay, yours truly, right?
Yes,
Okay,
yours
great.
truly.
All right, so have fun, enjoy. Remember that it's about education, yes, but it's also about having some fun. Thank you again. God bless you guys.
Thank you, Board Member Fuentes. Board Member Ibarra, please.
Thank you, Dan. Just want a quick comment. This time of the year, you take a look back at all the activities and events that you hosted. And ASB is kind of the catalyst there on campus that gets everything started. And I just want to say thank you to each one of you and all those others that aren't here today and your advisor, so that you know that you're truly appreciated. And just taking a look, like my colleague Israel said, all the different activities, and I'm sure there's a whole lot more out there that are not mentioned, but you know, that's what makes the true high school experience go. You know, you're going to graduate this year. You're going to take a lot of wonderful memories. In the couple years or the years to come, you other two will be graduating. And this is going to be memories. And I always say that what develops an individual student is the experiences that you participate in, the experiences that you learn from, and everything else that goes about around that area. So just want to say thank you. You know, we're toward the end of the year. I know that you look forward to all the final events, and I know that eventually you'll be saying, you know, right? Yeah, been there, done that. I know how that is. So just want to say thank you. Just a simple thank you to all three of you ladies, and a wonderful job in your presentation.
Board Member Haro?
Yes, I want to just, as my colleagues have said, thank you for your presentation. I also want to thank you for all you do, as well as Ms. Buskirk, to keep the students of Colton High School invigorated and energized, and just all of the different things that you do to make school, I know, fun, because I know it's to learn, but you make it so that students want to come to school because they look forward to the different events you're doing. So I just want to thank you, and Ms. Buskirk as well. Your advisor is amazing, and as well as all of you and your colleagues that work on at ASB. So thank you.
Board Member Flores.
Okay, thank you, girls. It was an amazing glimpse that you gave us at your school, of your school and your activities, so thank you for that. Now, one of you won the Rotary Speech Competition. Oh, congratulations on that. That's wonderful. And also, I know you brought your parents. I would like to acknowledge your parents, if you can just wave or send up or something. Yeah, thank you for bringing the girls. Thank you. Okay.
Cool. Yes. Anyone else? Comments? All right. Well, first of all, as far as the presentation goes, great job. That's a lot to cover, again, in a short amount of time. Very well spoken. I don't know, probably the second time I think that you've probably spoken before us this year. Usually our schools get 2 times. Very polished. For only being the second time, very polished. Well done getting in front of a group of folks. Love the fact that there's so much going on. I think what I appreciate nowadays is when I think back to when I was in high school, Colton High School. To me, it feels not that long ago, but my kids remind me how long ago it was. I can't imagine we didn't have nearly the activities. And what's so amazing about it is there is something for everybody. And I love the fact that the student leadership has continued to grow, and that you continue to find new activities so that we can be inclusive, that everybody has a group, everybody has a community, everybody has some way to participate in that Yellow Jacket culture. So I greatly appreciate that. Esports, we were just chatting, esports is a thing. We didn't know much about that. I didn't know anything about it until my son captained the Colton Middle School esports team, which apparently is a thing. And they competed against the other middle schools, and they won, and they loved it, and they had a great time. And I thought, okay, maybe sitting on the couch all those hours actually did some good for him. But watching him with his friends and just really lighting up, and that's true with whatever that activity is. So I'm so grateful that the leadership that you are a part of contribute to that. And the last thing I want to say, and I was reminded of this the other day having a conversation with a dear friend of mine about Colton High, who was asking me, well, he wanted to know a little bit more about Colton High. And I said, all of our high schools are amazing. They're all unique. They have something different and distinct about them. What I will share about Colton High, I said, is Colton High has the distinction of being so rooted in its community, right? 100 plus years. And when you think of the city of Colton, to be honest, as somebody who grew up there, and many of us did, you think of Colton High. I mean, Yellow Jackets are the city, and the city are our Yellow Jackets. So everything that you're doing makes all of us very proud. Your parents, absolutely, but I'm telling you, everyone in the community, because if it's Friday night, we're showing up to the game. If it's a Wednesday award ceremony, we're there. You name it, we show up and support our high school because so many of us are connected to it generationally. And I just want to tell you, we're so proud of you, and of course, Principal Abbott and your team. It is a duty that you've been handed, and you are stewarding that and shepherding it in a wonderful way and seeing it grow. So thank you for that legacy. We appreciate it. Ms. Buskirk and Mr. Dollins, you guys are all over the place, and I love it. So thank you for that. And if no other questions, we'd love to shake your hand and welcome. All right, great job, ladies, again. All right, next item on the agenda is public comment. And so I'll go ahead and open the public comment. And a reminder to our speakers that each speaker will have 3 minutes to address the board on any item that is either on the agenda or not on the agenda, but within the purview of the board. Should any one single subject exceed the 15-minute rule, we will have to confer to the board whether we'll continue with that particular subject. And so at this time, we'll begin with our first speaker for this evening, which is Mr. Bob Schumacher. Great, wonderful.
Anyways, my name is Bob Schumacher, and I'm a teacher over at Lewis Elementary. I've been in the district for 25 years. I've been teaching for 32, and I love doing what I do. I love teaching. It's a good job, and I'll keep doing it until I'm done. Anyways, I was going to talk about this. Do any of you know what this is? Okay, some of you recognize this. If you want to know more about it, I can bring it up at the end. But last night I was reading something at home, and it made me say, I don't want to talk about this. I want to talk about do the unexpected. Over at Lewis, we do a lot over there, but we have a lot of concerns, and so I want to bring those up to you guys. And I don't like to do it after what these awesome ladies did before this, but I feel like you guys need to know this. What they do makes me proud as a teacher. So. Anyways, I don't know if you have my notes, but I gave them earlier. These are just some concerns at our school, and they've been around for quite a while. I've only been there 4, but there's been a lot of people over there that have been there longer. Our blacktop has not been done in years. Someone told me they think it's been over 12 years. When I was at Cooley Ranch, they had theirs done twice. I was there for 21 years. We get a lot of ants on our fields. Cooley had a lot of ants, and I know they've tried to deal with this problem, but it hasn't been fixed. We get kids getting bitten daily. Our teacher workroom is old and broken down. It was an attachment at one time. I know there's some asbestos in there under the carpet. Kind of made me wonder. We have 2 bathrooms in the office area, 1 in the staff workroom, and 2 portables. The 2 portables get very, very hot, and they get very, very cold. I'm a stand-up guy, and I'm one of the only guys that work at that school. I feel bad for the ladies when they have to sit down because it's not pleasant. Now, our staff bathrooms, that's not the only problem. Our student restrooms are constantly under repair. The upper girls' restroom, there is absolutely no privacy in that room, and if I was a parent, I would be embarrassed. No hot water in our staff rooms. Main office has not been remodeled for at least 12 years. At Cooley Ranch, it was remodeled while I was there. There are hardly any trees on our campus. They took some down and didn't put anything back up. There were 2 twigs that were put up. One's already dead. One is gone. No trees. We think we should have had some shaded structures put in, and nothing has been done. Cooley had a shaded structure put up, and they have a ton of trees. We paid for a new electronic marquee years ago, and those funds were given to the district. We don't have a marquee, and that money disappeared. Cafeteria, our sound system is terrible. The tables and benches are broken and in need of repair. Bathroom needs to be redone. Water leaks in the classroom.
It's a very long list, I'm sure.
Yes.
Do we have a copy of that, Ms. Medina, in writing? Thank you. That is your time, Mr. Schumacher. What I'd like to do is we will follow up with you. I know that Owen Cheng is here, obviously our superintendent, and we will follow up. We're familiar with the site. We actually just toured it recently, and there are a lot of things that need to be addressed. Absolutely. So
I'd appreciate it.
Yeah, absolutely. We will.
Very much. And if you have any questions, just send them to me because I came on my own recourse. No one sent me. Okay, thank you.
All right, our next speaker is Ms. Lisa Villa.
You gotta push, oh, it's on. Good evening, my name is Lisa Villa, and I reside in Colton. A lot going on in my Colton community these days. I had a whole speech prepared, and as I sat here, I thought twice. And I'm gonna refrain from saying it because it's too soon, and I do not wanna risk you messing with my family during graduation time. And risk you allowing my graduation privileges, viewing privileges to be messed with, like you have done before. because I do know what you are capable of and how you do use your power to come after those that speak up. I am a perfect example of your abuse of power. Have a good night.
Okay, thank you, Mrs. Villa. Those are the only speaker cards that I have for this evening, so we'll go ahead and close public comment. And that'll take us to our action items for this evening. So we have items 4.1 through items 4.47. And at this time, I will ask if there are any items that anybody would like to pull for separate consideration or discussion or questions for staff. Going once, going twice, none? Okay. All right, then I'll ask for a motion to approve items 4.1 through 4.47. I have a motion by Board Member Flores. Is there a second? Second by Board Member Haro. All right, there's a motion and second to approve our action items 4.1 through 4.47. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Any abstentions? Hearing none, it is so ordered. They are approved. Yes, please.
Just want to make note that on this action session items, we do have California Day of the Teacher. We also have the Classified School Employee Week and National School Nurse Day. So
we have some wonderful resolutions regularly, including Asian American, Native, Hawaiian, and Pacific Islander Heritage Month, because, of course, we value recognizing the diversity and equity and inclusion in our district. So thank you for that, Board Member Ibarra. Administrative reports. Are there any questions regarding our approved disbursements or items 5.1 through 5.2? So 5.1 or 5.2? Approved disbursements or change orders? Hearing none, I believe we do not have a facilities update this evening. I think Director Chain back there. And of course, we'll be following up with some of the requests and concerns that were raised regarding Lewis Elementary, correct? All right, excellent. That moves us to our ACE update on the agenda. No ACE update today. All right, CSEA? Yes. All right, Chapter President Guardiama.
Good evening, Board President Flores, board members, Superintendent Dr. Miranda, and members of the audience. Anthony Guarama, CSEA Chapter President, Colton 244. I would like to start by thanking you for approving action item 4.42. The Classified School Employees Association Annual Conference is a powerful event. As I mentioned before, CSEA represents over 250,000 classified employees in the state of California, making us the largest classified union in the country. And I say that because sometimes, even though it seems we're at odds, at the end of the day, we're all here for the same purposes and goal: to see our students walk across the stage ready to reach their own goals. Our CJUSD Board of Education, Superintendent Dr. Miranda, and our Executive Cabinet understand the importance and value of our classified employees, and I truly, truly believe that. I would also like to report that we concluded negotiations for the 24-25 school year. As anyone that is involved in negotiations, there's always a little bit of tension in the air. But thanks to the leadership of Dr. Miranda, District Lead Negotiator Dr. Dade, and CSEA Lead Negotiator David Espinoza, we were able to work through the tension smoothly and successfully. I would like to thank my own CSEA Negotiations Committee, Nicole Figueroa, Connie Barella, Manny Marquez, Aslan Davis, Amber Aguilera, Avelia Tariquez, Hector Torres, Ruby Moreno, Sandra Davalos, our labor representative, Maisha Kennedy, and of course, David Espinoza. CSEA and the district came together, we were locked in, and we accomplished the goal of making the Colton Joint Unified School District stronger than when we started, and we will continue to work together to support the goal of 10-10-95. 95. Thank you, and have a good evening.
Thank you for that, Anthony. We appreciate it. MAC update. No update. All right. ROP update. There was a meeting. Yes. All right.
Here. Okay. We did have a meeting and had some really great things happening. Excuse me. I know the young ladies from Colton High School already spoke about our welding. They went to Skills USA and they did the welding technology, and they had a first place winner with a sculpture of a bouquet of flowers. And then they had their fabrication team place fourth in advancing to the state competition. And they built basically like a doghouse, and they only had 2 hours to build it and weld it. And then we had another student who won for a welding sculpture. And then we had also our BHS criminal justice students visited the LAPD Museum, where they participated in exhibits and learned about historical artifacts from the LAPD Museum. Our Grand Terrace High School, they're going to be having their graphic design class is going to have their elective carnival on April 23rd. This is the first time they've done it. And if you've seen the flyer for it, it's quite a beautiful flyer. And they are going to be showcasing all the wonderful CTA programs that we offer at Grand Terrace High School. And then our Slover Mountain High School students, they had an Alice in Wonderland tea party for the students of San Salvador Preschool. And the decorations for that party that they made, they decorated the child development classroom, and it was absolutely beautiful. And then we had the ROP ambassadors from Colton Joint Unified visited the campuses of Ruth O'Harris, Terrace Hills, Colton Middle School, and Zimmerman Elementary, and demonstrated and talked to them about the different CTE programs that are available in our district. And lastly, we have our WASC visit. They had a pre-visit on March the 3rd, and on Monday, April 21st, the visit will be at Grand Terrace High School. On Tuesday, April 22nd, they will be at Colton High School and at Bloomington High School, and then and also at Slover High School. And then they will be doing the Colton High School CNA and adult vehicle maintenance class also on the 22nd. And some of us will be participating in the online meeting to be, I know Tina was going to be there, and I know I signed up to be there, and I think Mr. Ibarra also did as well. And we're looking forward to talking to them all about the wonderful things that CRIROP does for us. So, and that's all I have. Do you have anything, Mr. Ibarra?
For Israel, but yes, it's that time of the year, and I'll do the segue to Israel. At the end of the year, CRIROP, just like all our high schools, we celebrate successes, graduation, awards, and in May, we're going to be having our
Evening of Excellence.
and go for there you go.
So May 14th at 5 o'clock at San Bernardino Valley College, we will have our Evening of Excellence. It's actually the CRIROP Foundation. We are going to celebrate students. We will be giving away mucho dinero to our students. A lot of scholarships will be given away. We'll be recognizing these students. Before the event at 5 o'clock in the courtyard area right outside the auditorium, we will have a student showcase. We'll have culinary out there. We'll have the kids, Colton High School, all be out there doing the mechanics, and Bloomington High. So we'll have a variety of students, a variety of CTE programs or pathways that will be out there showcasing their talents. One of the ones I like is the culinary, of course. They got cookies and all that great stuff there that they're going to be giving away. So, but please put it on your calendar. May 14th at 5 o'clock. We open the doors at 5 o'clock or the courtyard. And then we'll have the celebration inside where we'll be honoring these students with scholarships, giving them those additional monies so that they can continue in their studies, continue in their education. And it's going to be a beautiful, beautiful evening. Trust me. Last year we had I think $22,000 were given away, and I think we're going to double that a little bit. Maybe, I think it's about, if I'm correct, about 35, I think, 35 or so thousand, because we added a couple more dollars to every scholarship this year. So and when I say a couple of dollars, probably $100, $50, you know. So we want to celebrate these students. We want to tell them that we're here to support them, and that's the Evening of Excellence, Wednesday, May 14th, 5 p.m., and it will end at 8 o'clock. You're all welcome to come out. Thank you.
Awesome. Thank you for that. Appreciate that.
And that's at San Bernardino Valley College.
Valley College. All right. We'll make sure we get that on calendar. Okay, that takes us to our superintendent's communique. So, Dr. Miranda.
Thank you, Board President. Good evening, everybody out there and everybody in virtual land. I'm very excited about announcing our community cabinet here. Actually, not only thrilled to announce that we're going to be hosting our final community cabinet event of the school year. You do not want to miss this. It's going to be an awesome event, and it promises actually to be not only memorable for all of us, it's going to be just valuable for all of you that attend, because we're going to be celebrating our student achievements, showcasing valuable resources here at the event, and also it's going to be very interactive, engaging, and offering a lot of activities. So join us on Wednesday, April 30th, as you see the date up there at 10 o'clock. Please, we appreciate if you RSVP. We look forward to seeing everybody there. I want to thank Eric Perez, our communication specialist, and I should say communication excellence. He's just amazing, with Katie Orloff, our Director of Communication, who have been working with a committee, putting this event together. We're going to go out with a bang. We're going to go big and host the event here, like I said. So we'll be in this building here, in this right here in the PLC for an hour, and then outside will be the resource fair. And we're going to have a taco truck out there. So I know all of you love tacos. So it's going to be awesome. And I don't know about quesadillas, Board Member Fuentes, but we might be able to make that happen. So anyway, so we just encourage everybody to sign up. It's going to be our last one for the year, and it's going to be awesome. All right, next slide, please. So also just with great excitement, I'm thrilled to announce the upcoming ribbon cutting ceremony for the Colton High School Culinary Building. So that's happening Tuesday, April 22nd at 5 p.m. I'll tell you, we're going to kick off this evening with entertainment from our talented Colton High School band and cheer students, as well as an impressive display by our NJROTC. Refreshments will be provided by our CT students, giving you a taste of the wonderful things happening in the new facility. Following the ribbon cutting, students will do some guided tours of the building, showcasing the state-of-the-art culinary space to parents and community members. A special thank you to our incredible facility staff for turning this vision, the board's vision, into reality for our students. This is honestly an event you don't want to miss either. I hope to see everybody there. I'll just tell you, I was just out there with ACE President Parachi touring yesterday, in fact, and it's just a beautiful building. It complements our NPR there at Colton High School, and it just looks incredible. You see the pictures there. And I'll tell you, I probably can make a mean quesadilla there, Mr. Fuentes, if you want. But it's just a beautiful building, and we're just so proud and excited for our students, the CHAMP students that will benefit from that. I believe we already have over 140 or something students enrolled in the CHAMPS pathway, the culinary pathway at Colton High. So it's just awesome. Even been there. Just an incredible building. And you can kind of see the stadium seating, which I love. And Mr. Abbott will be able to host staff meetings there with state-of-the-art equipment. So very excited for the ribbon cutting at Colton High School. All right, last but definitely not least, we are in testing season. In fact, that started last, a couple of months ago, right, with the LPAC or the LP. And CAS this month is really happening at our sites, and we're very excited and encouraging all our students to give their absolute best during the test, and especially during this important time. This is a team effort. I've said this to our leadership team, our executive team, everybody I speak to, our classified team, certificate, doesn't matter, you work for the district, this is a team effort. And so I want to remind not just our students, but our teachers, get plenty of rest, eat healthy, healthy breakfast, and arrive to school on time and a little bit early. You know, one of the things that's important is to take your time during the test, read the instructions carefully, and don't hesitate to ask questions if you need some clarification. You know, we've implemented our goals of 10, 10, 95, 10% increase in ELA, 10% increase in math. And I have full confidence, because our teachers are doing an amazing job, and in full confidence in our students' abilities to do well. So we're all cheering them on, and the best of luck to everyone. You got this, and I'll copy what President Guadarrama said, lock in. All right. With that, that is my superintendent's communique this evening.
Great. Thank you, Dr. Miranda. And we are looking forward to the opening of that culinary arts building. And you're going to want to be there, folks. We had a chance to see it. It is gorgeous. I mean, it's something that would make Gordon Ramsay jealous. It is beautiful. No joke. It is state of the art. So stay tuned. It's going to be a lot of fun. All right. Takes us to our board member comments for this evening. And we will begin with Board Member Ibarra.
Well, thank you, Dan. Only 6:22. Boy, that's not too bad.
We're
huh?
cooking.
Yeah, I'll get home and have dinner in a decent hour. Okay, just want to make sure that we get a follow-up on Lewis and on the gentleman's concerns and issues, and I'd like to take a look at the whole list and see, you know, what direction the district's going to do and go in as far as trying to rectify some of those issues, because it's important that we, you know, we talk about equity. We want to make sure that all our sites are, and I know that that's our goal, so I have no problem with that. One of the things that he did mention, and I'm curious, is the marquee. You know, what's with that marquee? You know, you mentioned, and I know that, you know, I want to hear the district's view of that. And so if there's money for the marquee and it was been allocated for the marquee, you know, we need to get that marquee up there. So, okay. Also with the community cabinet, look forward to that. I'm giving my RSVP here and now. I will be there. And I just want to say that, Frank, you've done an excellent job with the community cabinet, carrying it over, and the work that you've done. And just listening to quite a few individuals in the community and other places that have been very impressed. Even in my job, I've been asked how we run our community cabinet, so and how it's done. So it's getting some notoriety out there in the communities, and then just says, you know what, that's great when people are asking and looking to kind of imitate what we do here. So that's really good. As the next month slides through, all of us are going to be really, really busy, no doubt. And we look forward to May. We have graduations, we have promotions. I know it goes into June a little bit, and it looks like we're all going to be very, very busy. And the last thing I want to just say is that I just want to say thank you to the superintendent and to his administration, the cabinet, for making the culinary arts building at Cone High reality. You know, originally we were just looking to possibly knock that building down, and look at what happens when, you know, we talk about it and make something happen. So it's just going to be a benefit to our students, the community, opportunities, I've even spoken to a couple of, there's a restaurant right across from Cone High School, and the owner there is really interested in taking interns from our program there. So, you know, I just told him, hey, follow up with Mr. Abbott, and we could probably make that happen. So, you know, so good things happen here in Colton, and you know it's true. So, just want to mention that. So, thank you very much, Dan.
Absolutely. Thank you, Board Member Ibarra. Board Member Haro.
Thank you, everyone, for being here. I want to thank my colleague for bringing up Mr. Schumacher's comments and concerns. And thank you for coming and telling us about a lot of the issues that are there. A lot of people think that the board, we know everything that's going on in the district. And that's not true. We don't always know everything. We know when people tell us. So thank you for your comments. And I would like to also add to Mr. Ibarra's comments. I know that with the last election, we passed the bond. And I think when we have the meeting, well, actually before we have the meeting for when we decide, you know, the order of how we're going to do or how we're going to spend the first part of the bond or however we're going to do it this time, I think we need to include when we do a meeting, you know, we're going to have our meeting, but then have it open also to maybe administrator and a teacher or something from each of the sites to tell us what they need. It's not just what we want to see done, it's what they need. So, you know, if we could take a look at something like that to include them because they know best what's happening at their site and what the needs are. So it's just an opinion. But I think it would be a good way to, you know, also for us to make a decision on what we decide we're going to do with that money by knowing what our schools need. So that is my comment on that. I also want to just talk about last night's Pencil, Pen, and Brush, our 37th annual Pencil, Pen, and Brush. Wow, it was great. And it was wonderful to see all of the students' artwork. My heart was happy. And the essays and everything that the kids done. Board Member Flores, your daughter got 2 awards. It was just wonderful to see so many parents there. And this year they didn't leave early when their kids got the award. Ms. Peterson made a help. They was asking them to please stay and see the other kids and give, you know, because they leave after their kid gets the award, and then by the time the last of the kids get their awards, like nobody's there to cheer for them. And so it was really great to see so many parents stay and listen and see what was going on. And it was extra special for me as a mom of a daughter to see all these little ones coming up wearing their little bows and dresses and being all fancy to get their awards. They were so happy. It was just a really beautiful night, and everybody was, and I wanted to thank, and she's not here today, or at least I don't see her, or I don't hear, Miss Murphy and her team for everything that, yeah, well, you know, come on. You know, and her team for all they do to put that together, because it was great. It was great. So I just wanted to make sure I spoke about that. And then the other thing I wanted to do was I know she's got to be here somewhere, congratulate Casey is she here? Oh, she's hiding over there. Congratulate Casey. Casey has gotten involved, let me see where I had it. The Southern California School Nutrition Association, Chapter 1. And she's been she met with various assembly people, senators, and next year she is going to be the co-chair for the Southern California School Nutrition Association, Chapter 1. So congratulations, Casey. That's awesome. And thank you for everything you do for our students. I honestly think, you know, we hear a lot, and I know, Dan, you probably hear from your kids, you know, oh God, or have heard, you know, we've all heard it from our kids who've had kids going through the district or grandkids, that, oh God, the food, that cafeteria food is nasty. We don't hear that as much now. And I think that is owed a lot to you and your, farm to table I can't remember the ones in Redlands where we get our fruits and vegetables. Everything is fresher, and we're not hearing it as much as we used to. So I think that is you and your team. So thank you so much for that. And the last thing I want to say is it is, as Mr. Ibarra said, this is the slide going. We're racing to the finish. It's testing time. I know you're tired, but we're going to get there, and we're all going to get there together. And just keep that eye on the prize, that time off. It's coming, it's coming, it's coming really quick. And so I just want to thank you for all you do. And I wanted to read a quote, as I always do. A good teacher can inspire hope, ignite the imagination, and instill a love of learning. Thank you for instilling the love of learning to all the students you teach and touch on a daily basis. And that's my...
Thank you, Board Member Haro. Board Member Fuentes.
Thank you, Board President. So it was a busy day for me today. So today I started off at Valley College. I was with the Pharmaceutical Tech program out there. They had a session today, and we had some students from Colton High School out there. She was talking about her career, what she wants to do, and it looks like she wants to go into the pharmacy program also. She says she wants to do everything. So everything in the medical field. So very, very, very smart young lady. Her name was Ashley, if I'm correct. Her mother was there with her, and it was great to be there. And then as soon as that was over, I walked over to the auditorium where Supervisor Joe Baca had a career day. And we had students from Bloomington High School there, and they got to walk around the campus, got to see the new technology building that they have at San Marino Valley College, And our superintendent, Dr. Miranda, had the opportunity to speak to the students there this morning also. And so thank you, Dr. Miranda, for that. And he got to sit in the front row. Lucky. I'm kidding. So, but we had a lot of fun from there. I ended up going to Colton High School for mock interviews. We have some really smart students at Colton High, as you can see today when the girls were presenting. I was able to interview, I think, 8 or 9 students today and give them some advice. Some of them were right on spot. Some of them were a little nervous. Some of them, had questions about what to do better. So it's always good. I told them, you guys do amazing things. You can be whatever you want. And there was one student, I remember, I was sharing this with them. I said, 2 years ago when I did mock interviews there at Colton High School, I remember there was a student that came up and said, are you done? Okay, hello. And then started shaking my hand. I guess I was on my phone or something. I forgot what it was. But are you done, sir? And as soon as I said yes, hello, my name is so-and-so. And I was like very impressed with this student, very impressed. And we did the interview, and I technically gave the students, we had to rate them from 1 to 5 on a sheet of paper. I gave the student 5s all the way through. This student did such a phenomenal job in the interview. I told him, man, you can interview anytime, anywhere. Man, they were ready to go, suit and tie, ready to answer the questions. I mean, they were on. Today was the same thing. I had a couple students that were a little nervous. They came in, and I purposely sometimes don't shake their hands because I want to see how they confront me, how they come up. And some of them did forget to shake my hand or introduce themselves and stuff. But that's part of being the mock interview, is to help them understand. First thing you do, you shake their hand, introduce yourselves, and then wait for them to, acknowledge you. But it was such fun to be able to do that, and I got the opportunity to talk to a few during lunch. And I think most of the students I interviewed today were seniors this year, and a lot of them had jobs. Some of them didn't have jobs. Some of them had gone through interviews, smaller interviews. I think there was a young lady that works at Del Taco, and she said that this young lady was phenomenal. I mean, she did such a great job also. So we have amazing students in our district, and I just want to acknowledge that in all of our schools, from elementary, kindergarten. And when I say kindergarten, last night I had pencil, pen, and brush. Did I say that right? Because usually I'll say pen, pencil, brush, but it's pencil, pen, and brush, right? So last night we had these young kindergartners that were coming through. So cute. Man, as soon as they got their name called, they were ready. They were ready to come up to the front, shake our hands, give us high fives. And we had the executive cabinet there. We had Mr. Frum. We had Dr. Dade, Dr. Pearson. I mean, and then we had the team. It was phenomenal. And the work that these kids did, it was just, it was like an art gallery as you walked into the NPR at Joe Baca Middle School. It was so beautiful to see all the artwork. I remember my daughter, Sharon, when she was, I think, second grade, got second place for writing on Cesar Chavez. And what I did purposely is I actually keep it with me. And I show it to her. I said, Mija, this is what you wrote when you were in second grade. And she'll read it, and I can see her tearing up because I tell her, Mija, you're smart, and you will always be smart. These students did amazing work. We had a student that got 6 awards, correct? 6 awards. They went through every single category, even the new category, which is social justice, correct? Amazing. I had never heard that we had gotten 6, I think. I think the most was maybe 3 or 4, but 6. And I think they were mostly all first place, weren't they? I think they were. So we have amazing students in our district from kindergarten, and even when I go to the preschool. Those kids are so cute. You sit down with them, and you go into the classroom, and you sit down on the little chairs. You got this huge 180-pound dude sitting on this little chair, but it's so fun because you sit with these kids, and they talk to you. They acknowledge you, and that's what we do here at Colton Joint Unified School District. These kids learn from preschool all the way to the day they graduate, and you're shaking their hands and you're giving them that diploma. It just touches me. It touches me because I know that these students will be amazing students. They'll do amazing things in our communities. And like earlier, Board President Flores, I was going to call you Fuentes. Board President Flores said that Colton, the roots are here. They'll come back. Because I go to Colton, and it's, yeah, my cousin's a teacher at this. My cousin, oh, yeah, my mom teaches with me. And it's like the familia continues. So there's amazing things here at Colton Joint Unified School District. I don't want to keep you more, but thank you for being here. A lot of our teachers, staff, I love you. Thank you for what you do with our students, because you are the ones that make a difference in their lives. You are the mentors. You are the people that you see them every day for 200 and so many days throughout the year. I want to thank you for what you do, because I know it's not easy sometimes. It's not easy. But I can see the love. I can see the passion. And I know that next weekend, we're heading out to San Diego, right, Slover? Because you can't spell Slover without Mountain, because Slover Mountain is getting the recognition next weekend. Have a great evening and a great weekend. God bless you.
Thank you, Board Member Fuentes. Board Member Bertha Flores.
Yeah, I want to touch on what research tells us is one of the best indicators of student success in the classroom, academic success, and that is the delivery, the daily delivery that teachers bring to their students. I'm very proud of to say that here at Colton Joint Unified School District, we train and we provide professional development to our teachers as well as our staff on how to improve their instructional programs in their classrooms, their strategies. There is an indicator that, I don't know, some of you may be familiar with it, where it's called student shadowing. And what that is you just randomly, a teacher can follow a student, or a principal, or anybody can follow a student from the moment that student gets to school to the end of the day. And what you do is you just follow that student, I mean, don't freak them out or anything, but you are to, just, watch them. Surprisingly, many of our students go throughout the day for days and weeks without speaking or without interacting. And I'm sorry, but that's not going to get our kids to succeed in the classroom. So what I'm getting at is that we provided staff development to our teachers and our classified on 2 very important strategies. That's QTEL and GLAD strategies. I'm familiar with both, and those I can tell you are very, very powerful to develop our students' academic language, which is what they need. And the GLAD strategies, it's a perfect way to deliver instruction on when you're doing science or social studies. And it's fun. The kids are interacting, they're engaging. And so right now, I believe we had, just recently, during spring break, and by the way, thank you teachers, thank you administrators for taking time from your vacation to participate. We had 137 teachers complete the QTEL training, 137. We also had 79 teachers complete the GLAD training. So I am excited to see what's going to happen, because there will be some changes in the classroom once these strategies are being implemented. And Dr. Fisher, who was my very first superintendent, he always would say, Bertha, you need to inspect what you expect. So with that, I would love to continue Dr. Peterson's walkthrough so that we can see these activities in actions. I would love to shadow a student, or I invite you as administrators, hey, get a teacher and say, hey, why don't you shadow the student? You'd be surprised. You'd be surprised. It's an eye-opener how little some of our students speak. Just thank you. Thank you for coming to this training, and now let's put them in action. I would like to, have walkthroughs with Dr. Moore, Dr. Hyder, and Dr. Mooney also, because they're the ones that have provided they provided this training for our teachers, so we want to see it in action. So with that, happy Day of the Teacher, happy classified. We have a resolution for classified, who are the backbone of our district, and our Day of the Teacher. So with that, thank you.
Board Member Bertha Flores. Board Member Joanne Torino-Ojeda.
There we go. Actually, I was not going to have any comments tonight, but after hearing a few things, I would like to add my opinion of. First of all, I think I was really glad that we had a teacher come tonight and talk to us about equity in schools. Having served for many years at a school that was older than me, a lot older, those things happen, and sometimes when people don't speak out, then we don't know that. So I'm really glad to hear that. And Mrs. Haro said that she thought it would be a good idea when we go to make our decisions on how we're going to budget the funds that we received, that we should have each school and a representative come up with concerns that they have and things that they need, because then to make us aware, because we don't know everything. So I do support that, and I hope we can do that. The other thing that I wanted to comment on was GLAD strategies. When I was a teacher, I took GLAD strategies, and they really do have a huge impact on working with your children. And so I was happy when you said last meeting we had 79 kids, and we need to find all the ways we can to work with our kids and to make it make sense to them. So I'm excited that you were able to go to all these walkthroughs. You haven't seen a whole lot of me this year, We've had some very serious issues health-wise. Hopefully, we're over it. I got over mine, and now my husband's had his, so I'm kind of, I'm tired, folks. And hopefully that will change, but I appreciate all the support I've gotten from Dr. Miranda on that. And Tina, we're going to have one visit this year at least before the end of the year. But I just am grateful for this board, and I'm grateful for all the hard work you do at schools, because I know it, I don't see it, because I'm not out there, but I hear it, and I'm really grateful that we have the people that we do in this district that care so much for our kids. That's it. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Joanne. And we certainly appreciate you, and we're glad that you're here. And as one of the retirees, you could be at home, you could be doing lots of other things. You've done your time to support kids, but you're here, and that means a lot. Of course, Bertha, you as well, and we appreciate that, certainly. Just have a couple of items of business. We've talked a little bit about Lewis, touch bases on that, and then some background. Since the passing of Measure BB, the Measure BB committee that helped that bond get passed has actually done a series of tours of the school sites. I've had the opportunity to join them on that. We did a cohort of schools in Colton. We did do Bloomington. Lewis was one of those sites. We have yet to do Grand Terrace. I think that's what we need to reschedule. And if we could let other board members know, there can't be more than 3 of us at any given time, but we are touring essentially the older schools in the district that really we need to see firsthand. Absolutely, I think it's important that we see firsthand so we can understand ourselves. That will be compiled into some kind of a report. And trust me, I know that Owen and his team are working, Dave Bell. There will be a long list for every school site. We were blessed to be able to get a bond passed, something in the neighborhood of plus 200 million, 225 million. It will not be enough. Tell you that right now. Will not be enough. But it'll be an opportunity to get a really good start on tackling a lot of things that need to be done. Just with respect to Lewis, obviously one of our older sites in the district, did have a specific question that came up, and I apologize, I should have sent this earlier, but there's actually a building on that campus, Dr. Miranda, that was at one point being used by the county, and I want to say preschool services department, so I'm assuming it may have been under the Head Start program, but that building is no longer being used, and I was told it hadn't been used since the pandemic. So for 4 or 5 years, this perfectly good building that was actually in very good condition is sitting there, and it's kind of in limbo. So if we could figure out what that agreement was, that lease, what the program was, and you could share with us in board correspondence, because I think if it's ours, we should be able to use it, and if it's not going to be used by the county, it absolutely shouldn't just sit there. We've got plenty of need, there's no question. So those are the kinds of things that things can fall to the wayside, I understand, but if we have a perfectly good building and we're in need of staff space or some other things, our priority is the district first. And if the county, what I was told was when we called the county, they didn't even realize they had the building under lease or agreement. So it wasn't anywhere in their system. So they hadn't had a program there in 4 or 5 years. So anyway, that's one example. I think maybe we can do something in the immediate future to help alleviate some of the space needs at Lewis. Second thing I wanted to mention, and this is just, thank you, board member Bertha Flores, for mentioning Dr. Fisher. This is a fun fact. Doctors Cheryl and Herb Fisher donated their 1923 Model T to the San Bernardino County Museum last week. And if you ever saw Dr. Fisher in the parades, when he was running for a county superintendent or just having fun, he was in his Model T. And he fully restored it. There's a beautiful story and history to it. It actually has been in his family for many, many years. And he got to a point where he was looking to donate it. Fortunately, we were able to connect him with the county museum, and they had a wonderful event last week, and you can go today and see the beautiful 1923 Model T in a wonderful display in the county museum telling the history of the Model T pickup itself, but also its role in what it played in the Fishers family and the history of the region. And as Dr. Cheryl Fisher said, the beautiful thing is it's come home. It was originally bought as an Orange Grove pickup there in Redlands. And Dr. Fisher's father bought it from the orange grower, and they used it for their floral shop. and come home to rest back in the orange groves of Redlands there in the county museum. So it's a beautiful full circle story. So I encourage you to see it, and it's just a very cool car to check out. And then the last thing I want to say to our special guest in the back making the absolute best happy baby noises ever, you are welcome anytime. We all love hearing baby noises. Please do not be embarrassed. I'm serious. I think everybody up here and everybody in the room loves hearing it. We love happy baby noises. We love happy babies. Wherever you hear babies, you're usually in a good place. That includes church, right? So thank you for that. Please, we love it. We really do. So other than that, I think we're good. He's running with it. I love it. I think we're good. So at this point, we'll go ahead and adjourn our open session, Dr. Miranda, and go into closed session. Okay, we will officially reconvene our meeting in open session. And we only have 2 items to report out here from closed session. The first one is an action item for us to take here in open session. It's item 9.1. In closed session, there were 3 student readmissions presented. In accordance with California Ed Code 48916, an expulsion order shall remain in effect until the governing board, in a manner described in this article, orders the readmission of the pupil. 3 students had been expelled from Colton Joint Unified School District for a violation of California Ed Code 48900 or 48915. The student cases were reviewed by an administrator in the Department of Student Services, and upon review, has completed the plan of rehabilitation and is eligible for readmission. Is there a motion to approve the readmission of the students, the 3 students, as presented?
I will move.
Okay, we have a motion by Board Member Fuentes. Is there a second?
Second.
Second by Board Member Thorino Ojeda. All those in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Any abstentions? Hearing none, the board approves the readmission of the 3 students that have met their plan of rehabilitation. The student numbers are 1053787, 1062482, and 1067772. All right, thank you for that. And then item 9.2, on a motion by Board Member Fuentes and seconded by Board Member Ibarra, and carried on a 6-0 vote with Board Member Sandoval being absent, the board approved the personnel public employee items listed under item 9.2. And that is all we have. So we are adjourned. Get home safe.